Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you all. So, today is a little bit of a rainy day. It's a little chilly, but it's sort of warm. Could be seen by some as a gloomy day, but for me, today is a day of joy, it's a day of happiness, and it's a day of beauty. And I wanted to share with you something that I've been reflecting on and that I've been dealing with in my own life. And I think it's a pretty deep realization that I wanted to share with you. Alhamdulillah, Islam encourages being kind, being generous, taking care of other people, being kind to other people, and all these kinds of things. And it's a very valuable thing to do, and it's blessed, and there are many rewards in this with God, right? With Allah. But one of the things that can be taken too far is when our own kindness or our own attempt at being kind and generous to others leads to our own oppression and other people taking advantage of and harming us because of our disposition towards good. And it's a very delicate balance, and one that I'm realizing, just in sort of searching through my life history, some of the struggles that I've had in the past. Ultimately, I realized that there have been many times that I have been upset that I've been taken advantage of for my kindness or for my nice disposition. And ultimately, I had to ask myself the question, why am I continuously being taken advantage of? Why is it that when I want to do nice things, when I want to help people, they end up abusing me and taking it too far? And, for a lot of us, it's very easy to blame others, to say, well, look at this person took advantage of me, this person harmed me, this person did this to me, I was trying to be nice and they did this. But the question we have to ask ourselves is, what is it in our lives? What is it in our lives that created the circumstances under which that other person was able to take advantage of us? And this gets to the concept of boundaries. Boundaries are those limits that we place in our lives and that we share with the world that lets them know what is okay, what is acceptable to us, and what is not acceptable. And ultimately, every human being is responsible for communicating to the people around them what they're okay with and what they're not. And when people start pushing over that limit and going into the vantage point of taking advantage of others, we have to look and see and let them know, hey, I'm not okay with that. You can't go any further. I'm going to stop you from going any further because I'm not okay with that. And if we don't enforce strong boundaries, while we're trying to help other people, we can feel taken advantage of, we can feel abused, we could feel neglected. But ultimately, it's up to me to set a clear boundary, to let people know what I'm okay with and what I'm not, and to do it in a courteous way. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to yell at other people and tell them nasty things. Just say, I feel like this isn't okay. I'm not all right with this. I don't feel comfortable with this. Please desist. And if they choose to respect your boundaries, then you continue the relationship as normal. And if they choose to violate your boundaries, you let them go. You let them out of your life because they don't need to be there anymore. And of course, there are all sorts of circumstances and situations, but you get the general point. Ultimately, it's not up to us to control how other people treat us, but it is up to us, and it's our responsibility to maintain clear boundaries and to help people understand how we want to be treated. Because ultimately, everything in the world that happens to us is a function of how we interact with it and what we allow and don't allow into our lives. You may have seen friends who, if somebody were to do such a thing, they'd say, man, I would never tolerate that. Well, what's the difference? In that case, that person has a boundary that they have decided to honor, and they haven't. Sometimes this idea of being oppressed and taken advantage of has to do with lack of self-worth. Oh, maybe I'm not worthy. My honor isn't strong enough. My dignity isn't so great that I stop someone else from violating my rights. Oh, it's okay that they do this to me. It's all right. And at some point we find it's too much, right? But at the beginning, we can feel like, well, I mean, I guess if they show up to my appointments 20 minutes late every time, if my friends say we're gonna have dinner and they don't come until 45 minutes later, oh, well, I guess he was busy. No, he should tell you. He should give you a call. He should let you know, or she should let you know. That's not right. If you're gonna cancel on me, at least let me know. But if we accept it for ourselves, sometimes it's a sign of self-worth issues. And so again, I really want to share this idea that when we find ourselves being taken advantage of, we have to take active steps to ensure that our dignity is maintained, that we set proper boundaries, that we increase our self-worth, and continue on this process. And if this resonates with you, or if you feel like you know someone in your community who may benefit from this, please do share. And there is a survey that can help connect you to resources in order to build self-worth, to avoid being taken advantage of in the future, and all of these things. I hope that this message has been beneficial for you. I hope that on this rainy day, well, at least in Boston, on this rainy day, that you enjoy the light that is there, whether the sun is shining or not. There's always enough. There's a hadith of Imam Ali. There's always enough light for one who wishes to see. And I pray that we all choose to see the best that we can. Praying you have a peaceful day. Wa alaikum assalam. Peace be upon you all.